Hello there, I'm Handy Gui and you're watching TVS English News at 5. Let us begin with our top story. Sarawak's vision to become a hydrogen hub in the Asian region comes with the necessary steps and action. Premier of Sarawak, Dato' Patinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tunopeng said Sarawak had been in talks with large industries from Japan and Korea that are keen to collaborate.
The Premier added that with the state's strength in renewable power, Sarawak was well poised to be a major green hydrogen producer and supplier in the region by 2028. He said so when commenting as a panel speaker to questions by a moderator at the Tokyo Hydrogen Forum organized by the Tokyo Metropolitan Government in Japan on Wednesday, October 12. Meanwhile, Abang Johari stressed that the threat of climate change crisis to the world was real as weather patterns had become unpredictable that warranted a concerted effort of the global community. As such, in playing its role, the Sarawak government had put in place policies that are aligned with the world's climate change protocols designed toward decarbonization. Abang Johari pointed out that it's time for Sarawak, together with the rest of the world, to act towards the energy transition in order to achieve a net zero emissions by 2050 as set by the Paris Protocol. Through SEDC Energy Sarawak that was negotiating with Sumitomo Corporation and INEOS Corporation of Japan under the Hornbill project, where green hydrogen via methylcyclohexene MCH was targeted to be on stream by 2028. Additionally, Sarawak is also negotiating with Samsung, POSCO and Lotte of Korea under the Hibiscus project for a buyback in the form of ammonia. Meanwhile, commenting on Sarawak's hydrogen experience, Abang Johari said it had started with a pilot hydrogen production facility in 2016 under Sarawak Energy SEB that supplied that gas to run hydrogen buses and cars in Sarawak's capital city of Kuching. Earlier, the Premier and members of his delegation paid a courtesy call to the Governor of Tokyo, Yuriko Koike, at her office. Among those present were Deputy Premier Dato' Amar Awang Tengahlia Hassan, State Secretary Dato' Amar Muhammad Abu Bakar Marzuki, Deputy State Secretary Dato' Dr. Muhammad Abdullah Zaidil, and SEDC Chairman Tan Sri Dato' Amar Abdul Aziz Hussein, Chief Political Secretary to the Premier Fazruddin Abdul Rahman. Earlier in the day, the delegation took a tour of the Tokyo Oil Hydrogen Station and later to Tokyo Hydrogen Museum.
Now, Sarawak vows to monetize on its carbon resources as part of its green carbon economics, as well as in fulfilling the nation's Sustainable Development Goals (SDGs). Deputy Premier of Sarawak, Dato' Sri Dr. Sim Kui Hian, pointed out that Sarawak has an advantage in achieving such goals, namely in green and blue carbon.
For Sarawak and Malaysia, we have to find our own ways or our own SDG. And they have to accept it. This is our ways of SDG. For Sarawak, we have 6 million hectares of green carbon. We have 15 million hectares of blue carbons. These two is a very powerful things on your SDG target. We're not talking agenda.
He said in his opening speech when officiating the Malaysia Urban-Rural National Indicators Network for Sustainable Development, MURNINETS, at a hotel in Kuching on Thursday. Dr. Sim further stressed that the revenue would contribute to a robust economy statewide.
And that's why Malaysia need to include Sarawak for this to achieve your target. You are not going to get 6 million hectares of green carbon in West Malaysia. Mana ada? Tengok saja. So we are happy to let you to have the 6 million hectares target, but bayarlah, someone has to pay for it lah. And that's why we are looking at as another economics, and the new economics of this green carbon, new economics of blue carbons.
Meanwhile, a total of 26 local authorities PBTs in Sarawak have joined Murninet starting next year. During the ceremony, Dr. Sim lauded the move, stating that this is a definite state for Sarawak to adapt to digital transformation, in line with the aim set by the Premier of Sarawak, Dato' Patinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Openg, in making Sarawak a high-income state by 2030.
Sarawak United People's Party SUPP will contest in all of its traditional 7 seats in the coming GE15. The party's president, Dr. Sim Kui Hian, said several names have been decided and the candidates who will be competing will be announced in the near future by the Gabungan Party Sarawak chairman, Dato' Patinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Openg.
Cebu, Bandar Cebu, we got Palawan, we got Nangka branch, we got Bawang Asam branch, and so every branch has nominated one. This is our practice, and then we will consult with our component parties like PBB, Dr. Anwar, because Nangka is Dr. Anwar, and so we will consult. But we will basically come out with just one name because you cannot have 3 name contesting. But today, I speak to everyone. Doesn't matter which is the first, the final one. We all come together to make sure that person wins.
Elaborating further, Sim, who is also the Deputy Premier, said the 7 traditional seats are Bandar Kuching, Stampin, Serian, Serikai, Cebu, Lanang and Miri. In the 14th general election, GE14 in 2018, the party only managed to retain Serian, while Bandar Kuching was won by Dr. Calvin Yee, DAP, Stampin by Chong Chien Jan, DAP, Serikai by Wong Ling Biu, DAP, Lanang by Alice Lau, DAP, Cebu by Oscar Ling, DAP, and Miri by Michael Teo, PKR.
Same development, Dr. Sim stressed that the list of candidates for the 7 parliamentary seats allocated to the party have been finalized. As such, Dr. Sim added that there will be no seat swapping with other GPS component parties as all SUPP branches have worked very hard in their respective constituencies. He opined that it has become a practice and added that component parties will be consulted.
As far as I'm concerned, all these branches in this Kawasan, they all work so hard, and then suddenly tukar, not fair to them,
Meanwhile, commenting on new faces, he said that there will be at least 6 new faces due to the 6 areas that were lost in the last election. Adding to that, Sim said that only candidates who can ensure a win will be fielded. The 15th general election is important for Sarawak as the state will go into general election for the first time under GPS logo. At the same time, this is the opportunity for Sarawak to send a strong signal to the federal government that Sarawak is going all out to fight for what belongs to Sarawak.
Now, the result of the GE15 is crucial in the state's bid to send a strong signal to the federal government that Sarawak will be going all out to fight for its rights. Hence, Dr. Sim stressed that the election will be a platform for the state to demand the rights as enshrined in the Malaysian Agreement 1963 or MA63.
A lot of people, including me, are not happy with our federal budget allocation for Sarawak. Out of 90 billion, we got 5.4 billion. It did not fulfill well our aspiration for Sarawak development. Yes, Sarawak government spent a lot more money also, but the taxation system, and that's why our Premier kept on saying that he wants a member in the income tax so that we know exactly how much they collect money from Sarawak.
Sim, who is also the Minister of Local Public Health, Housing and Local Government, said many are still dissatisfied with the schools and hospital in Sarawak. As such, by ensuring that GPS wins all seats during the GE15, then will only Sarawak be able to take back its right, especially in terms of taxation.
What we want to know is how much you get from Sarawak. And so that we know how much you have to give back to Sarawak. If we give back to Sarawak, even in your national budget, right, you don't give anything to Sarawak, doesn't matter. I already take my money, man. So what do I think I need a national budget? You know, the worst thing is you keep on saying you're unhappy.
He said this during a press conference after officiating at the launching of the UTS Smart Home and UTS Home Book at University Technology Sarawak, UTS, on Wednesday, October 12.
Now, a sum of 24.643 ringgit from the Unit for Other Religions, or UNIFOR, in the Sarawak Premier's office was granted to finance 86 projects under its Phase 1 grants distribution this year. Its Minister in charge, Dr. Amar Douglas Ugambas, said these projects included the construction, renovation, or the upgrading of various houses of worship, multi-purpose hall, and other facilities.
He said this after presenting checks for 76 such projects costing 19 million ringgit. Among those receiving them on behalf of their beneficiaries were Deputy Premier Datuk Sri Dr. Sim Kui Hian, Minister of Education, Innovations and Talent Development Datuk Roland Sagahwi, and Deputy Ministers Datuk Hajah Sharifah Hasidah Said Aman Ghazali, Datuk Gerard Rentap, Datuk Dr. Pengwang Manggil, and other assemblymen or their representatives. Meanwhile, the presentation proved that UNIFOR is still relevant and is in dire need to assist all the non-Islamic religions in the state. Ugah added that like last year, the state government had again graciously approved a budget of 50 million ringgit this year to allow UNIFOR to carry out its noble objective. He advised all those religious organizations given the grants to closely monitor the implementation of their respective projects. When done well and delivered on schedule, they will greatly benefit the people in practicing their religious beliefs and obligations. Ugah added the next distribution of grants was expected to be held later this year.
Sarawak Fire and Rescue Department Bomba is well prepared for any circumstances, be it the 15th general election, G15, or possible year-end floods. Its director, Datuk Kirudi Draman, assured the public that a contingency plan is already in place, as the welfare and well-being of the people are above all.
That's why the cooperations among the community is very important. That's why the engagement that and also advocacy that we did with the community reflect the result of what happened during COVID. And the same application of approach will be done during this PRU 15. So there's no what I call concern much on our side, because in terms of logistic and preparation on our side, we have done a few simulations in terms of how we move our equipment, logistic, and also mobilization of our personnel to face the consequences in case something happened during the polling day. Then Bomba are prepared.
Having said that, relevant agencies will be collaborating with the department to ensure a smooth election.
The committee who oversee all the inter-agency cooperations. And of course, when it comes to rescue, when it comes to preparation, Bomba. When it comes to security, it's a police. When it comes to put assistance, JKM, Jabatan Kebajikan Masyarakat. So this, they know their roles already. There are few simulations that we did in Serian, in Lawas recently. So this is show that the cooperation among the agencies is there.
As such, the department had prepared rescue work in both hotspots and non-hotspots due to the extreme weather conditions. He ensures that his men are prepared for any disasters, be it flood or landslide, during this monsoon season.
See the world closer with TVS. As we bring you the latest news update both locally and internationally, just head on to our official website at tvstv.my or follow us on our social media platforms. Those were the updates on TVS News at 5. I'm Handy Gui. Thank you for watching.